Okay. Um, that was kind of weird. I feel like that was weird. I had this thing, last night I kind of went out to read these SEO articles. And then as I discussed on my live stream last night, I ended up drinking beer with somebody. Um, and then just now I went out through the lobby of the hotel, and then I ended up talking with somebody. And now I think we're gonna go out and drink tonight. Um, so different guy, and he's like a potential prospect. In fact, let me take a look at what did he say his company's website is? One-wall.art. Wait, is it seriously .art? I have never seen a .art before. One wall paint design. So he was saying this website is not good. It's actually good. It looks better on a phone because as you can see, wait, I'm not sharing this. As you cannot see anything. Right. So it's like clearly designed to be seen on a phone. But it looks good. It looks way better. He's got a YouTube. Wow. Should I subscribe? I guess I'll subscribe. Why not? Facebook, Instagram. Yeah. So, anyways, the point of coming here is to let me take a look at this. I just want to see if it's a WordPress website. I'm pretty sure it's not. It is not. This page has not been generated. Tell me what you would like on this page. Wow, that is fascinating. What? How do I tell you? How do I tell you? Anyways, so first, my first instinct was like, okay, I got to stop like running into people. I have to be more antisocial so that people don't talk to me so that I can focus. But then my second thought was actually the opposite. I need to stop. I need to deal with people and network and find people that can potentially work with me and help me and so on. And then I like snapped into a state of mind that I think was kind of my state of mind before I bought the ticket to Taiwan. And that I honestly haven't really been thinking like this since I bought that ticket. I've sort of been in La La Land, which is it's even reflected in like my choice of like I just got something, I just wanted something. But I honestly could have skipped it, and I could have just been like, it doesn't fucking matter. I can be tired, I can be hungry, I can be whatever. Like, just do the work. That's all that matters. And like your anxiety will fuel you. You don't need caffeine. You drink some caffeine, you eat some sugar, and you feel satiated and sleepy. It's not even good. But yeah, but the state of mind that I'm referring to here is like there's like my hyper focus coding state of mind, and then there's my socializing state of mind where like I'm optimized for socializing. So I'm optimized for coding over here, I'm optimized for socializing over here. And then there's a state of mind where it's like, oh, I do not have time to be optimal for either of these. I need to be very efficient with my use of time. And that means saying no to my own like time wasting things, because getting into like the hyper focus is like, if you want to go for a long walk, you go for a long walk. If you need to, whatever you need to do to get your mind on. And then for socializing, it's like the opposite. Like, forget about all the stop thinking logically. That's the optimal socializing. So like you're just in the land of how people feel. Uh, so the middle ground, like I think you can even hear it in my tone of voice right now. It's like it's not the way it was even last night. Last night it's sort of like, yeah, like, just thoughts upon thoughts upon thoughts. And then the middle ground is like this. It's like, first of all, you have to say when something is a waste of time, or like it's not even a waste of time. Like maybe it is a good use of time, but it's like you don't have time for that. Just don't do it. You cannot do it. And then on the other hand, it's like you have to be ready to tell people no. You have to remember that you don't owe people anything. Don't become passive in your socializing. And honestly, it's not like that is not even bad for your socializing. Like telling people like no, it doesn't make them dislike you. It almost does the opposite. But that's just sort of a thing. Like if you can like, hey, I want to talk to you. I want to meet you. I want to be friends with you. I want to have a good time with you. But I have to work. My business is important to me. My business is at the end of the day more important to me than you are. It has to be. So like, so not anything like specific, but like just in general. I don't know. I guess like when I was younger, like because like right now the plan is at 9 p.m. we're gonna go out and get drinks or something. And when I was younger, I would have that would be like my whole night, like my whole next few days. Like I would definitely go out. I would get drunk. I would come home too late. And there's only two possibilities. Okay. One is that I really enjoy these people. I'm having a great time. I'm having the time of my life. We go to an awesome restaurant. We go to an awesome bar. We talk to women. I meet a woman. Like anything, awesome things. Like music is awesome. We're dancing. We're singing karaoke. Like we're having the time of our lives. In which case, I don't want to go home. I don't want to go to sleep. I just want to keep the party going for as long as possible. Option number 2, I don't like them. I find them boring. Their choice of place to go, their choice of food or what activity is boring to me. So then what I do is I drink to deal with the boredom. So now I'm drunk and I have to wake up the next day hungover. And a lot of times there's like an echo effect. Then it's like the next day, it's like, what do I do today? And it's like the answer might be drinking again, just because it's like now it becomes like a normal thing. And then I go through like a mini alcoholic period. Okay, anyway, so which honestly might be what's happening tonight. So, anyways, but what happens now is, let's say I'm having the time of my life. At a certain point, the thought will creep in that while this is fun, I can't afford this. Money wise or time wise, I can't actually afford this. And that will kill the fun for me. Or let's say it's not fun to begin with. I feel like, hey, I don't owe anybody anything. It's not my job or my obligation to be here. You're not really like people that I'm able to work with. And that's not something I should have to apologize for. I just move along. So in either case, it's like, I just feel like I have every single right to be like, yeah, okay, I'm done here. We're good. I'm done here. Which I think most people I've met in my life have no problem doing that. I don't know where it came from. Maybe it was the brainwashing Was it the brainwashing? I feel like maybe it was before the brainwashing though. Like I already had that, but that meant maybe it's middle child, like trying to be the peacemaker. As a middle child, you never get what you want anyways, because the older child knows what they want more because they have their preferences are more defined. Um, and then the younger child maybe doesn't is willing to just throw a tantrum, or is like, everybody wants to spoil them. So what do you want? But as the middle child, you're very much just internalize from very early that you don't get to call the shots, and you just got to go along with whatever everybody else is doing. And your best case scenario is that people don't blame you for doing something wrong. Uh, that's your best possible outcome, but you're not going to get to choose where you go or what you do or how you spend the time or how you spend the money. And you feel like you have no right to do so, and that if you try to do so, you're being an asshole, because that's what happens when you're a middle child and you try to do so. They tell you you're being an asshole. All right. All right. I'm actually gonna. Yeah, I am gonna save his article. Save his website up in here. Why can't I save it? What the hell? Add an item. Here we go. Link. So, anyways, I just feel like it's not about preemptively and isolating people, because you have to be interacting with people, like a lot of people potentially. You have to. It's like the math doesn't work out otherwise, and it's not about what is the alternative there? I don't know. But what it is about is just being really having a hair trigger, like, okay, now you're wasting my time. This is done, or I'm done here. Let's go. Time to be done. Which is why in the US, I frequently refuse to get into people's cars. Because when you have somebody, when you don't drive and somebody else drives, when you don't have a car, I mean, when you get in somebody else's car, now they're calling the shots. And you kind of got to wait for them. Even if you don't have to wait for them, you typically just end up by inertia waiting for them. Even if theoretically you could just call an Uber home, but it's okay, I guess I'll wait for him for 10 more minutes instead of getting an Uber. So you end up they call the shots purely by virtue that they're driving. So it got to the point where it's no, I'm not getting anybody's car, because if I want to bail on whatever we're doing, I want to be able to bail right then. I don't have to go along for the ride, because you're not a good steward of my time. And you're also not worth the investment of my time. If I'm gaining a lot from our relationship, then it's worth it. Then I don't mind wasting a bit of time here and there. But so, right. So you're not only are you not avoiding people, but you're actively seeking out interaction with people, but you're also ready to cut off that interaction it's the second you realize that it's not going anywhere, that it's not a net positive. And you can't feel bad about that, or you can't feel, you just can't feel like you owe people. That's the thing. I don't know. That was just this huge epiphany for me that came out of this whole thing, which I have where I was talking with my dad, and I have the live stream. I recently re-listened to the whole video of it, where Um, but I'm so yeah, I don't know. I was giving him the list of all the things that I thought that he had done that were not good for me in my life. And my final point was just it wasn't like you're a bad person or you owe me, you have to make up for this to me. It's just I don't owe you anything. You can't guilt trip me and say like, "Oh, I owe you because of something." No, I don't owe you shit. Like look at the logic of the situation. Look at the facts of the matter. What you did to me when I was this age and this age and this age and this age. I don't think that I ever owe you anything ever again. Um, and but it was just instilled in me. I feel like by somebody. I'm certainly don't think that anybody did it intentionally, but that I owe it to people. That I owe them something. Anyways, and so it's just this. It was this revelation for me that I always feel like I owe everybody something. And then when I finally realized like I don't owe anybody a goddamn thing, I am totally free to cut them off, to stop talking to them, to end an interaction, to go home, to go do something else. I don't have to feel bad. It's not my responsibility to worry about them and their feelings and blah 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 blah. And that it actually freed me to interact with people more because before I didn't know how to do that and I would avoid interacting with people. But now it's sort of like, hey, if you're not my type of person, I don't owe it to you to continue interacting with you. Anyways, so and I need to have that mentality because like again, I just have to be extremely efficient with my time. In terms of like if there's a function, if there's something with chatbots that I want to code, or like don't necessarily be offering free demos to every single person that you meet. For example, um, and then also don't be just hanging out with people just because they exist. What the hell is a Shishanji? Why is all these people that I'm meeting, they all have the same job? Do they all work for the same company or something? She took the opportunity. I think they're all like selling this. I think maybe they're all. Oh, it's Chi. They're saying not G. That's why. That's probably why. To be honest though, I kind of feel like this is a bad way to be. This is a bad way to be. Because here's the thing. Like if I get my system set up, then there should be lots of extra time for socializing. Something like that. Whatever. Okay, fuck it. Let's just stop thinking and do things for now. I do think I would be overthinking. At this moment in time, it's overthinking. Let's just go. Okay, anyway, so I was trying to get through these articles, and I was having a hard time doing it on my phone. I really was. And so what I did, So that's why that was the whole point of this live stream. Originally, that was the whole point of this live stream. Was that I definitely don't need to go all the way back here. The whole point of this live stream is that in estos momentos. I also a little bit was having like this is America all over again situation, because the guy was like playing guitar and then he was like, I like to smoke weed, but I can't get it down. I was like, fuck. I think just people that like to smoke weed get me high. Like they just knowing that they exist causes a chain reaction in my brain, which causes me to get high. And I say that because I was just now singing a Bad Bunny song, which is very typically very indicative of me having taken on some marijuana. But I am like super hyper verbal right now. So that does not typically associate. But I'll also say this. If anybody here has weed, it's not going to be as strong as the stuff they were smoking out there in Minneapolis. That is for sure. All right. I'm just going to start at the beginning, or at the most recent one. I'm coming from the oldest one on my phone, I guess. So I don't know. It's potentially going to be overlap. And I was just sort of listening to these on my phone, and I thought it's probably a lot easier to actually look at them. But now I wish I would have gotten right into it instead of spending 22 minutes rambling first. Okay, what is this question? The 5 best GEO agencies. This is something, howdoisas.com. Where did this come from? I think I know where it came from. This guy looks like Robbie, who also looks a little bit like Elliot from Mr. Robot. Robbie is the guy that, he should come to Taiwan. I don't know why he's keeps going to China instead of Taiwan, but unfortunately, I'll probably never contact him again because I deleted my WeChat and don't really intend to ever use it again. Okay, so these are GEO companies, Spacebar Collective. I don't know what I'm going to do with these. I think I'm going to check if they're WordPress websites, and if they are, figure out where they are and add them to my Feedbots. Okay, so I'm going to do that, but I need to know where is this company from? Maybe their LinkedIn will tell me. Canada. Do I have a Canada list? I have a Toronto list. That's good enough. We'll build on that. Okay, so that's the spacebar collect one. I really shouldn't even be doing this. This is because this is the exact sort of thing. Because I'm focused on Taiwan companies now. Look, of course, they probably listed whoever wrote this is probably the Spacebar Collective, and of course they probably listed themselves first and they linked to themselves, but they didn't link to the other ones. Adita. What does Adita work for? Let's see. Content operations and backlinks at scale. See that just made me sleepy. The coffee made me sleepy. I was already, I don't know. We're done with this. This is why it's a little faster on the computer instead of on the phone, because the phone jumping from one tab to another is a huge pain in the ass. You know, the other thing about being passive versus not being passive, thing that causes problems, I suppose what I'm trying to say is with money, right? Because it's like, well, you need this network, you need to go out and meet people, and it's like, okay, but I don't have any money, and then it's like, a lot of times, if you tell people like, I would love to go out, but I don't have any money, they're like, don't worry, I'll pay my treat. It happens a lot. But here's the issue is that then it puts you in the same situation as it does when they're the one driving in their car. And you start to get passive, unless you're Mo and you just feel like entitlement to every single thing on earth. And you always are asking for everything and not giving anything. And he did give me something one time, I suppose, but middle of funnel content is the key to SEO growth. Why, Jess Heston? Why? Organic click-through rates have dropped significantly in recent months. Oh man, I need this will work. The Texas Hold'em Poker Club. It's called Nuts. You see? And I went in there and I was like, I was just trying to buy some almonds. Now I lost all my money at your poker table. You know, I just want the answer to the question. Why is the middle of funnel content key? So the first thing is that it's because I'm not sharing this. I should be sharing this. Click-through rates have dropped. So that makes tofu content less meaningful. Because people are further down. Basically, people are further into the funnel by the time they get onto your website. Not sure what your Mofu content is about, so I answer the questions your customers are already asking. Hi, you're an agency. Intergrowth. I would say I'm going to add Intergrowth to my list, but you know what? I'm pretty sure the only reason I'm reading this article is because they're already on the list. Okay, I think we're good on that. Oh, I kind of forgot I'm doing this on this channel. Right. Maybe I should be doing this on my other channel. But anyways, the fact that I'm doing it on this channel means I'm free to veer onto all sorts of topics. It feels a little weird news. Like, it's just hard for me to believe that no news is happening. Like with this, what's going on in Minneapolis and what's going on with Venezuela and Iran, and it's just sort of like everything is like something big is about to happen, but like the big thing never actually happens. There was a second ICE shooting. To be honest, I mean, I gotta say about the ICE thing is like, you see these people getting arrested, and then people like try to unarrest them or like get in ICE's way or something. And they try, and it seems like the people like they're the ones causing. Like, here's the thing, man. If I'm like face down on the ground with my in handcuffs, don't start a scuffle with the police right next to me. That's how I end up getting tossed around, or they're like the police get confused and think that I'm resisting when I'm not the one even fucking resisting, or somebody kicks me in the head or somebody steps on me and I end up dislocating my shoulder because I can't even break my own fall, or some, where I get in a situation where, I have to get the fuck out of here in order to survive. But at the same time, if I get up and run, it's going to look like I'm running away from the arrest instead of that I'm trying to. So it just seems to me like It's literally like these ICE watch people, these protesters, and I mean, this is the same thing. That's also what would happen in Hong Kong. But the difference is that in Hong Kong, the people getting arrested were the protesters, whereas in this case, I guess it's theoretically possible that the protesters are the ones getting arrested. But in other cases, like it's more like people are watching ICE, then ICE goes and tries to arrest somebody, and then the protesters try to get in their way and cause problems. And that is where the person, the immigrant, could end up getting hurt, injured, and mistreated by the police in a way that wouldn't have happened if the police could have calmly, methodically done their job. The ICE police, you know. So I don't know. Maybe stop unarresting people. Maybe stop trying to get to like physically block ICE from doing their job. Maybe stop creating problems because honestly, you're causing the problem that you're then blaming on ICE to a certain extent. To a certain extent, because I mean, obviously, what they're blaming on ICE is like, well, there's them just doing their job like they're supposed to. Then there's them like illegally stopping and asking people for things, illegal entry or detaining American citizens or um, shipping people to Texas before they've even had it, you know, any. So that's like and then the last thing that they're getting blamed for is the chaos, including like violence and shootings. And so it's the second one is an absolutely 100% legitimate complaint to make. Uh, the first one is, I mean, hey, it sucks. Like but they're enforcing the law. Somebody's got to do it. If they're violating your constitutional rights, they're arresting citizens, they're doing it in a way that's a legitimate complaint. But the number three, the chaos and the violence, you're causing that with the protests. So, but then you're blaming it on them as if they caused it. In the same way that it's very similar that like, hey, a lot of what ICE is doing and what they're doing wrong, like like you're blaming it on Trump, and it's like actually it was Biden who let the people in, and he's responding to it. Um, so, anyways. Oops. I've been sharing this screen so that it was clear what the fuck I'm doing. What the hell is ArcFlow? Oh yeah, I forgot about the Greenland thing. Okay, but whatever. It doesn't seem like there's anything big going on. I need to get back to work, which is this. This is work. Yeah, that was a pointless article. Most of these I just want like one thing from. I literally just want to know what is the answer to the clickbait title, and then I'm good. And honestly, I should really want to get through these as fast as possible. But Google Saved is really difficult to use. It is not even remotely as good as Pocket was. Like this, I just clicking or delete. Like how many times have I clicked remove? It's still not removed. And in addition to it being slow, it just straight up doesn't work like quite often. Okay, 9 experts explain how digital PR can improve. Oh, or let's pop up. Digital online media instead of traditional print or terrestrial media coverage. Think podcast appearances, not FM radio ads. Okay, in different worlds. Because for me, digital PR just means PR. The switch took place so long ago. You know what? I really need to get to that profound IT guy too. That would be cool. I need to get back to him, I guess. You know, I think what I was trying to explain at the beginning of this is a sense of urgency. I feel like I have a sense of urgency since buying the ticket to Taiwan. It was sort of like, yeah, I'm not coming here for vacation, but I need a mental vacation. I need a little break. And it's going to be cool, and it's going to be like so much less stress because there's a lot of things to be stressed about in America, other than the fact that I was failing at starting a business. But and then it's like when you go out for like a meal, like if I was going for a meal in Minneapolis, what's my thing is like just waste as little time as possible. Figure out how much money I can spend and what I can get with that and where's the best deal and go get it and get back to work, Unless like I've already worked so much that I just desperately need a break. But in Taiwan, it's like, well, wouldn't it be a waste to just get the most convenient? Like, I'm not going to go to 7-Eleven and get something. I would, when I was a student, when it's finals, that's what I would do. But it's like, I'm not going to just jump to that immediately. That's slowly but surely you get used to living here. It's not like a rush to live here. Not everything is amazing anymore. And then you get to the point where you're like, I just want to just put the food in the microwave and I'm going to eat it so that I can get back to work. But like, if you are just coming here again for a first time in 20 years and that's your mentality, then that's destroying your own potential for joy. Anyways, but so it sort of like put me in this like very relaxed state of just like, oh, I'm just like, here's the ocean and here's the mountains. This place is lovely. Then they're singing Chinese songs. I love it, but like no sense of urgency. And like I suddenly recovered my sense of urgency here because I realized that if I'm trying to code and I'm trying to sell, I can't fucking do it unless I'm very ruthlessly efficient with my time. And even then it's difficult because again, I can't be like in optimal mode for sales, and I can't be in optimal mode for the thing is. Okay, so reaching the top of search engine results page isn't just about the right keywords and intent anymore in the area of AI overviews. It also means solidifying yourself as a trustworthy source and leader in your space, which can include creating high quality blog content. 5 blog cadence factors, brand goals. Wait, what is the question? How often should you publish? Brand goals, staff availability, promotional needs, performance analysis, your brand recognition in the competitions. If you have a smaller team and resources tight, you may be willing to post bi-weekly or even monthly. If you want resources budget, all right. I'm cool on that. I'm still trying to get it to remove this fucking article. Still won't remove it. Let's go. AI visibility and citation monitoring tools, what SEOs can get. Content King with question, phrase with analytics, Goody, Nightwatch, Otterly, Peak, Profound, SEMrush AI, SEMrush Enterprise AI, SEO Clarity, SEO Rank, SimilarWeb, Surfer with Impact. Oh, this is what it monitors. Look at this one. It only monitors some fucking shit that I've never even heard of. What is the point of that? Oh, I'm not sharing the right tab here. So AI visibility and monitoring tool. Looks like I already got rid of that one. So this one is called AI visibility is like done wrong. It makes you cry. Dude, it will not remove itself. Come on, get out of here. Finally, holy shit. Okay, 9 experts explain how digital PR. Most SEO campaigns fail before the 3rd month. How much does SEO cost in Thailand? The AI workflow that ranks writes how to choose a link building agency. All right, I already looked at this one. Never mind about these 9 experts. It's just that I already tried to remove it and it refused to be removed. Okay, why do most SEO campaigns fail before month 3? How much does SEO cost in Thailand? Whoa, table of contents. Look, this is cool. What does that website analysis strategy keyword thing? What a high quality package is? Monthly versus one, which option, right? What SEO budget suits your business? I remember I only saved this article because I have another one that was like, how much does it cost in New York? And I wanted to compare. I don't think that's going to be possible. I don't know what happens when you click remove item and then it, like the items shift around, but then it's still not removed. So did it remove another like random item? What happened? Google Saved is a very frustrating thing to try to work with, to be honest. Okay. How to choose a link building strategy, a link building agency from Search Engine Land. All right. I don't care. All right, we're back here. This is difficult because it's just like I'm clicking on the same articles again and again. Maybe it's because I'm not in the article section. Maybe if I was in the article section, that would make this easier. I don't know. Okay, well, most website design fails before SEO even starts. From Blue Frog Web Design. The problem isn't bad marketing, it's structural website design that was never built to support search, intent, or scalability. Design is usually treated as decoration. Most websites are designed backwards. They start with visual themes, templates, page layouts, and color palettes. What they don't start with is structure. SEO is then added later like a patch. Keywords sprinkled into headings, blogs written on top of broken foundations, plugins installed to fix what design decisions already broke. Search engines don't evaluate websites the way humans do, they evaluate relationships, hierarchy. This is actually really good. Like, this is so true. I agree with this so much. Um, I'm going to tweet this. Am I stealing your shit? Hell yeah, I'm stealing your shit. All right, SEO is not a marketing tactic, it's a structural decision. Sounds okay. AI for digital marketing agency in the Philippines. I don't know what I'm supposed to be looking for here, to be honest. Lime Digital Asia. I would say that I'll add them to the list, but again, I'm pretty sure the only reason I'm seeing this is because they're already in the list. Ultimate SEO checklist for restaurants. Look at this. This is such a throwback to the early Dolly imagery. Okay. Oh, I wasn't sharing it, so I can't even. This is what I was referring to. This picture right here. Anyways, we are done with that article. Nothing good there, really. Very old school. It's throwback. The Vice is also a throwback. When businesses fail to define their own target market. I was just imagining. I need to charge my phone. I was just imagining a conversation that will take place tonight, possibly. But if not tonight, then it'll happen. And before it'll happen again, which is people ask me, well, what did you do in Taiwan the first time you came here? And I'll say, I went to Taida. And they'll be like, oh my God, you got into Taida. That's amazing. And I'll be like, no, actually, for foreigners, you just have to apply and they let you in. And I didn't even understand what the professors were saying. I just sat there and didn't get it. And then they give the other students like very complex assignments. And they'd be like, you just write write an essay in English. And I would just write like a dumb little essay. And they'd be like, oh my God, amazing, so good. You get an A. Anyways, okay. So where are we at here? SEO content writing to boost your rankings fast. Can AI apps really replace digital marketing teams? What SEO costs in New York City? Hopefully that one's a little easier to read than the what SEO costs in the Philippines one. Inside an AI visibility agency. How we engineer narratives that AI models recommend. Enterprise AI modernization, rewiring the operating model for 2026. These are the ones I think I tweeted that I was like, these are this company, Optimum 7. I don't know if I like these articles or not, but the headlines I think are really good headlines. SEO KPIs, how to track and prove SEO success in 2026. How AI Overviews is pulling from social posts. Unlock global growth, the benefits of international SEO. Oh, you know what I was gonna do? I totally forgot I was gonna do this. Was because earlier I was like listening to my own. I was listening to my own.
这是我们上海灵力模型最新完成的。
I don't know if this is gonna work. I was listening to my own live stream from like another day, and then like somehow Sora got turned on, which I have to change on here. Can I change my name on here? You're kidding me. So, anyways, while I was listening to my live stream, somehow also like Sora was playing random videos, and I kind of was like, I should have all of my live streams be like.
Don't care how I want it now. Give me that thing that you promised me. Give it somehow. Don't care how I.
What the hell?
Don't care how I want it now.
But it needs to be like cartoon animals.
很快你们就会知道了。能够败在复读生第一名风云。
I just like the random noises in the background while I'm otherwise talking. All right, whatever. But it was like, yeah, it was like CAD videos or something. But I did want to do this for whatever reason. I'm feeling kind of frisky today. Feeling a little bit frisky. Oh yeah, today's the 15th. I only have 4 days left before my phone stops working. That's not good. Gosh darn it. I don't know. I can't tell if was that the one I wanted or is this the one I wanted? Anyways, imagine launching a product and your marketing budget disappear faster than you could say ad campaign. Developing an international SEO strategy, however, costs a fraction of that and can be implemented almost instantaneously for immediate gains. It's one of the most cost-effective ways to expand your business. International SEO strategy. What is an international SEO strategy? Practice creating content and optimizing your site to target an international audience specifically. It can be by language group, global region, or even a specific country. Studies have shown the top search result has a CTR of 9.28%. Keyword research tailored to the market, language versus country targeting, selecting optimal URL structure. It seems, options include country code top-level domains, global top-level domains, and various subdomain and subfolder structures. Translation is not sufficient. You need to localize your content. Each region possesses unique preferences, customs, and habits. Und Daten. Chat with a human. How AI overviews is pulling from social posts. Yeah, that's why I saved this one because I did not know it's doing that. Is it doing that? Google's AI overviews aren't just pulling from websites, they are learning from people, and that means social content has quietly entered the search engine optimization conversation in ways no one saw coming. So if you've been relying on traditional SEO, it's time to rethink your content strategy. The next wave of AI-powered search isn't just about ranking, it's about being part of the conversation AI itself is quoting. I got a little distracted there. What were we talking about? AI overviews, Reddit queries are now being set in AI generated results, posts with strong 8 signals, Brands can improve their odds by ensuring social posts are public, crawlable. Social SEO is becoming a core part of modern content strategy. Treat your social posts. What are AI reviews and how do they work? Are social media posts being pulled in AI reviews? The short answer is yes. Twitter/X has the lowest visibility. LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, their conclusion is more indirect. YouTube, especially its shorts, has become a reliable part of AI generated responses. I wonder how I can connect my YouTube to my website or my whatever. The future of SEO isn't just about optimizing pages, but optimizing people. Employees, creators, and thought leaders are now your most powerful ranking factors. Every post they share adds another thread to your brand's web of AI visibility. Encourage your team to create, comment, and publish with purpose. SEO KPIs, how to track and prove success, published on January 7th. Does that mean I have made my way all the way back to January 7th as I go through these articles? Wow, there was just a disturbance in the matrix, I'll tell you what. Okay, I don't know why, but that's whatever. All right, so here we have enterprise AI modernization, how to rewire your company for the exponential AI business era in 2026. Stop confusing AI usage with AI modernization. Most companies are already using AI. They have someone in marketing probably just what? Real AI modernization is when the capability remains even when individuals change. It is when the workflow is designed so AI supported steps happen consistently, predictably, and in the right sequence. The company gets faster because the operating model is faster, not because a few people are doing clever things on the side. The goal is not to become an AI company. The goal is to become a company that can operate at the speed the market now demands. I want to tweet this, but I am not 100% sure. I think it's going to be too long for one tweet. Yep. AI monetization's capability remains even when individuals change. The workflow is designed so AI-supported steps happen consistently. The company gets faster because the operating model is faster. How do I? Okay. Fuck it. Just lean to the side. All right. I don't know what to say about that. Look. Engineer narratives that AI models recommend. Narrative strength is one of the 4 pillars that AI looks for. Okay. SEO cost in NYC. What New York City businesses pay in 2026? There we go. Straight up numbers. Average monthly costs 3,000. Over and out. Can AI apps really replace digital marketing teams? Conclusion: can replace parts of what digital, particularly mechanical or repetitive tasks. They cannot replace the responsibility of deciding what should be said, why it should be said, and whether it should be scaled at all. Okay, that's all I needed. SEO content writing tips. Got it. Okay, I think I'm done for now. Let's just see how many more of these tiny top 20 web design agencies in Taiwan, top 20 in Denver. I don't care. All right. But the thing is, I think that the articles are the ones that I saved when I was on the computer. And then this to save for later, these are ones I saved on the phone. So there might actually be even more of these. I don't know. I feel like they're pretty much, yeah, I don't think there's that many left to handle actually. Anyways, let's go to all saved items. Everything that comes after the 7-Eleven. The 7-Eleven, that's the dividing line. Everything before this, I don't care about anymore. And everything after it, I'm going to process ASAP. So, okay, there's a reasonable number of, well, it's kind of a lot. Let's just get rid of this one. Why is it so hard to stop being reliant on China for tell me, Haley. Okay, that's all I needed to know. Thanks, Haley. Here is an anti-drone. China is deploying a microwave weapon that is to be used against drones. Vehicle-mounted high-powered microwave weapon. Systems clearance marks. The system integrates a large directional emitter mounted on a stabilized platform supported by a dedicated power generation and cooling subsystem housed within the vehicle. Wow, that's a lot. A microwave weapon reverses this dynamic by allowing repeated engagements at minimal per shot costs. It is limited by line of sight. And terrain masking. What is terrain masking? In the context of potential invasion of Taiwan, the Hurricane 3000 would offer the PLA a critical tool for suppressing Taiwanese and allied drone reconnaissance and strike capabilities deployed with amphibious assault units, coastal defense forces, or abroad large landing ships. The system could help create localized air denial bubbles. Yeah, it could. Again, I don't know. I'm not going to believe that there's any effective anti-drone weapons until I see them employed in Ukraine. Because if these were any good, wouldn't China provide them to Russia? And again, anytime if something shows up in a Chinese military parade, that does not mean it is operational and ready for combat. All right, I'm gonna do these two SEO articles because they're both. I really just need to answer the clickbait question. That's what I want. I don't need any more than your clickbait question answered. Let's go. Okay, so what is okay? White label versus in-house. The table of contents. You have to click on it, but the cost implications. Assess the scalability, flexibility, analyze specialized expertise. This is weird. It's a weird question. In-house versus white label. Because why would you? The question that makes sense is: do you hire a SEO company or do you do it yourself? But if you're saying white label, it's like the point of white label is you sell it to other people. Oh, so this is specifically this article is for SEO agencies. As an SEO agency, should you do it in-house or should you provide white label services? White label operates on predictable monthly pricing, allowing agencies to forecast margins with greater confidence. In-house SEO teams require salaries, benefits, onboarding, and long-term retention investments. Internal teams rely on paid SEO platforms like SEMrush and Ahrefs. Many white label programs enable new campaigns to launch within days rather than weeks. So as I'm reading this, I'm thinking, my whole plan of selling SEO to people and selling and working with SEO agencies and they can to sell things and all this. It's sort of like, well, if that is all a good idea and if it works, then I can just demonstrate that by selling white label SEO services. She is not difficult to look at. Let's see if I'm already following SEO vendor. Okay, anyways, I was looking for the sales pitch. Here you go, white label SEO. I'm sold. I like it. I'm following them. 50 to 100 employees. That's a lot-ish. Wow, Jim Liu, the CEO is a Chinese guy in Las Vegas. I mean, he's ethnically Chinese, obviously. I don't really know anything about his. Let's see. Let's find out. I like it. I like the idea of offering white label SEO services. Tell you what, also, maybe they need a chatbot. Maybe SEO vendor needs a chatbot. So I was planning on, I don't know what I'm planning on. This SEO vendor, I need to spend a lot of time. I now need to spend much time with SEO vendor. Okay, let's see. What do we got? Ooh. Toshiba, University of San Diego, Vanderbilt. This guy's more American than me. He is just ethnically Chinese, apparently. Not trying to say anything bad up here. Whatever. Hope that's not offensive to anybody in any way whatsoever. Okay, anyways. How smart email campaigns can secretly boost your SEO. Let's Consistent email-driven traffic directly impacts SEO signals like lower bounce rate, increased time on page, and higher pages per session. Got it. I think that answers my question. I think that finding that SEO vendor thing, that might have been the whole point here of why I felt the need to go through this. I feel like that was the whole point. That was the one thing I even needed to do. That was the whole. Also, I think I want to search for white label SEO on X. I think I'm already following SEO vendor. I'm going to add notifications to the SEO vendor because I want to be reminded of their existence all day, every day for the time being. Funny because when I look at this, I was thinking like this article is going to be a waste of time. And now it's like, actually, So everybody that so much as mentions white label SEO, I'm going to follow them and turn on notifications here. Although this guy only has 1 follower, that's kind of weird. Sure. The best white label SEO from India? Tell me about it. Did I already follow this one? I think so. Why do you only have 0 followers? Emma Watson. Name sounds familiar. I think she might be AI generated. I think this guy might be AI generated. Somebody's fucking around making these fake things. Boosting businesses since 2003, especially SEO, social media, affiliate marketing, web development, agency platform, white label local SEO services. Okay. I would like to. Entity stacking service, huh? I feel like that's a ripoff of the other one. All right, that's enough for today. As far as the white label SEO goes, I just want to turn on notifications for the ones that I just followed. The ones that look like they're not fake. Some of these look fake. Okay. You know, and honestly, I want to do that for YouTube as well. I want to go on YouTube, which I can't do on the live stream because I want to do it on my other YouTube account. I want to go on YouTube and look up white label SEO. Have I done that already? Looks like the answer is no.
Digital marketing. Today, I'm going to discuss what is white label SEO and how to.
1.10. Resell SEO with this AI SEO tool. Okay. William Jones, huh? I want the latest though. Hey, yo, the latest one is from SEO Vendor, actually. And 0 views. That is kind of wild. In 20 hours, 0 views. Also, third, 0 views, my white label SEO video from 13 days ago. What is white label SEO and why agencies love it? Okay, that was. I have added like 10 or some number of. Just a ton of new things of YouTube channels that talk about white label SEO, and I'm subscribed to them now. That's probably enough for now, for sure. Okay, is there any other things that I want to look at before I call it a day here? Enterprise SEO from SEO Vendor, content marketing ROI metrics for AI search. User intent helps SEO, don't skip it. Does AI see your business as trusted? What it means to train AI. Web design in 2026. Agentic AI in marketing for 2026. Best AI tools for public relations. RAG without RAG. This year's content and marketing was okay. And here's the 7-Eleven. All right. Well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do one last thing here. And then I really need to, at the very least, I need to get the hell off of this chair because it's very uncomfortable. But what I'm going to do, I want to check these Taiwanese SEO agencies for content updates every day. Actually, okay, let me see. What was that guy's onewall.art. Let's see how quickly I can build Gemini. Let's do this with voice so that it's easier to follow. Although I don't think anybody will ever get this far into the live stream, including myself. Make a JSON website object for this website. And then, no, I don't want saved items. This is what happened earlier for one wall paint design. And instead of giving me okay, whatever. Contact services title. Fascinating. Please add to this object a web page for each page on the website and include the URL for each web page object. And then I need to see, let me just see if I can. All right, so let's just do a Google search for this and we'll see whether or not. I don't think he has a Google business profile is what I'm looking for. Yeah, I don't think he has a Google business profile, so. All right. Okay, now it has been so long since I've done this. I can't be 100% sure that it will work. So I need to find, what is the latest one that has a browser bot? Definitely not the Chun Dembing one, that is for sure. West Lane Hardware, they have a browser bot. It's not in Chinese, but that's okay. 我的大点。All right, so I'm going to copy it to okay. So shit, you know what? I can't just use this one. And the reason I cannot use this one is because I copied a browser that was made for a WordPress site. So I need to find the most recent one that is not a WordPress site. Okay, I found one. Okay. So I hate to get rid of all the other things it added. I think the things that Gemini added were actually like good additions, but it's gonna make it. Use this as a template in the exact same format. Okay. Okay, I'm trying to think. I don't want to send it now, but this is I got the link right here. So how? Just trying to think of where the link so that I'll have it super easy for myself, my own access in the future, which is hard to say because I don't even know that I will have internet access really. Probably the best thing to do would just be put it in a note, a Google Note for myself. I think I'll do that. Okay, yeah, we'll see. Hopefully that works for him. Okay. What was I doing? How did I even get distracted? That is good though, just to have a demo for the guy later on. If we do end up going out and going for drinks, and then at some point, at an appropriate point, I can be like, by the way, check out this demo. And all it does is it's just the most basic thing ever. And I honestly like the fact that it's like the browser demo because it emphasizes the idea that like, oh, it's not like you don't need a website anymore, or it's not like this chatbot replaces your website. It's like we're integrating them. They're the same. It's just people that prefer the chatbot interface, we can provide your website to them in the chatbot interface. People that prefer the website interface, they can still go through your website like normal. And of course, we can also make it so the chatbot can answer questions, can help you get reviews if you have a Google Business Profile. What other chatbots do I make? If you have a blog, that it can serve your blog in that way. If you're trying to get leads, it can be a web form. It can ask people a series of questions. It could be something that answers questions about while you're sleeping. It can work for you while you're sleeping. What are the ones what are my bots actually? There's the review bot, feed bot, browser bot, knowledge bot, web form bot. What am I missing? Oh, the blog writer bot. Okay, let's look at these. So Sonar AI 搜索正在吞噬流量，新闻媒体预测2029年搜索流量暴跌43%，I think is how you say that in Taiwan. On-page SEO 是什么？去大战内 SEO 页面优化清单，助你快速提升排名。Okay. From Genius Hub， 内部连接是什么？利用网站连接优化，快速提升排名的 SEO 秘诀。SEO 重复内容影响大，避免 duplicate content，瓜分网站 SEO 排名的3大解决方法。 重复内容，就是 duplicate content。然后平面，2026年虚拟主机推荐为何 ChatGPT、Gemini 等5大 AI 一致推荐战国策，完整拆解 AI 的推荐逻辑。That's good and all, NSS, but what is this word? Monster. I wish there was a open in Google Translate button. Jusho, behemoth. Okay, anyways, so the thing is though that as much as Genius Hub is awesome, Sonar is awesome, LeaderWeb is awesome, these guys are doing great. I'm kind of interested about like these ones, like mintegrated.com. Why are you not posting mintegrated.com? That's what I want to know. If you are indeed an SEO company, do you not believe that posting is important for SEO? Okay. Well, they're building engineering solutions and they're fully in. Not 100% sure that these guys are even an SEO agency. All right, let's move on to another one. Yeah. ，En esos momentos y no sé si tu ojos se brillaron de mí. Si fueron con el tiempo. Y me pregunto qué hubiera pasado si estuviésemos juntos. Hay un enamorado. I don't know. Maybe I was high the whole time. Maybe I was exposed to some marijuana, even though I'm here in Tai. If I'm referring to Taiwan as Tai, that's evidence enough for me. Anyways, no snitching. For real though, I'll snitch on people for smoking weed in Minnesota. I really will, because it's not illegal. So you can't actually get them in trouble. You can just cause them an inconvenience. But here in Taiwan, if somebody's smoking weed, I don't know what it's like. I don't know what the deal is. It's probably not as severe as mainland China, but "数位行销实战家." Taiwan. Well, it looks like their case studies, their 合作伙伴 are Taiwanese, so probably they are. Is this their blog? Yeah, they haven't posted a blog since 2023. Why is that? Are they still alive? Did they shut down? $36,000 followers? That's insane. They haven't posted on there since 2023 either. Wait some. Okay. Anyways, let's just move up the list because clearly these guys they went offline in 2023 for some reason. It is very weird to have that many followers and then just stop posting. Happened there. It's not just that they like try to post but they don't have enough time anymore or something. It's like the founder died or something like that. Knock on wood. That's not the case. Bridgewell.com. They're not even a .tw, huh? You know what I want to do real quick before I do anything else, even though I'm kind of scatterbrained right now. So I got all these links. I got all these graph IDs. From Google Gemini. But I don't actually think that, but the first one I checked, it didn't actually work. See? It doesn't work. Why is it not working? Let me see here. One more time. I want to see. HTTPS to Google search communities exist. If you have a Google knowledge graph that starts with G or M, use this structure. These links are not working. Can you find me an American company with a knowledge graph ID and provide the link to query the knowledge graph directly? That is kind of wild. Google loves Apple all of a sudden. You pay us for Gemini, we pay you for Siri, everybody's happy. Or is it the other way around? We pay you so that it was the default search. I want to see the knowledge graph directly. In the IDs field, Google Knowledge Graph API Explorer. Every link that fucking Gemini gives me for some reason is not like a direct link. It's always a link to a Google search. And I don't know why. Damn it, that didn't fucking. Okay. Change the ID of this URL so that it's a different company other than Apple. Well, that link, the query for the thing does not be working. And that, okay, anyways, let's just see whether or not this pulls up Tesla. Huh? It didn't work. Wait, Shema. Why does the Apple one work? The Tesla one doesn't work. One more time. Does the Apple one actually work? I'm pretty sure it did work. No, it's not working. It like auto loads the word Apple. What the fuck is happening? It was working, and it suddenly stopped working. There we go. It worked again. Wow. Chinese. Interesting. Okay. I would at some point like to see the knowledge graph directly, but now I'm going to skip that. Wait, actually, I should get ready in case these guys actually want to go somewhere at 9 p.m. I should get ready. Okay, so let's just check this is the link. Okay. And then the KGM ID from Microsoft is right here. So if I just replace that last part with this part, it should work. Open and share it, and then no. Maybe it's hallucinating all of the ones except for Apple. This link doesn't work. Only Apple. Most things are working is that Google has moved away from supporting the parameter as a standalone search query for many entities. While it works for Apple because of its high prominence, for most other companies, Google now requires a secondary verification signal to the URL to show the knowledge panel. To fix this, you need to add a query parameter to the URL. This tells Google what you are looking for, while the KGMI details exactly which entities to display. Are you fucking kidding me? All right, this is the Apple one. I'm gonna go ahead and okay. All right. I mean, it's kind of hard to tell now whether it's working or not, because the thing is, if I just delete everything except for the search query being Tesla, I'll get the same. Actually, I did not get the same thing. With the ID, you get the right side panel. Interesting. All right. What is the other one it gave me? Did it give me another one? Amazon. Yeah. Okay. But if I delete the other thing, I still get the right side panel for Amazon. Can you provide a URL like that for the Taiwan companies? Hopefully it knows what I mean by like that. So let's put in the AWU. There we go. I mean, well, I don't know. I didn't really. I'm pretty sure that if we delete the knowledge graph ID and just look for AWU intelligence, we get the exact same result. So the term is doing the heavy lifting here, not the whatever. Yeah, but if I can actually look at the actual graph, that would be sweet. Okay, let's try looking at the actual graph from Microsoft with no API call, permission denied, with no API key. So it says if the direct link above says API key required, go to the official Google API Explorer in the IDs field. Shit. Okay, Gemini, this URL is a 404. Fuckity fuck. Okay, so this is the second time in a row it's suggested I use this CaliQ. Sure. And or your first and last name. What was that called? AWU. AWU intelligence. Gemini anticipated that I would have to look that up again. because it knows that I'm a dumbass. Let's go. Let's see on Google. Oh, look. It worked this time. Why does it work now? Wait, claim this knowledge panel? Wow. That's an option even. Knowledge Graph Explorer. All right. I need to go to the bathroom. I need to end the live stream. I need to get ready to go, but that was cool. And I think I access knowledge graphs through this CaliCube thing. So hopefully it doesn't cost a lot.